What a year.
What a year.
Star Wars Visions Season 2.
Jedi Survivor.
Mando Season 3.
Yeah.
Bad Batch Season 2.
That was this year.
Right at the start.
How about that?
Pretty wild.
Can't forget about
Ahsoka.
Yeah,
without that, we wouldn't be here.
True that. We got an exciting 2024 ahead of us, my friend.
I think so too.
Also, why are we on Alderaan? You too bougie for New York?
Hey man, I really like what Senator Organa's doing with all this. Look at it, it's beautiful. And I heard they throw a killer New Year's party.
You've heard.
I've heard.
That Klatooinian you met on Nar Shaddaa? That's what I thought.
Hey, knows how to party. Yeah.
You think Senator Organa's a good governor?
You don't?
I don't know. Maybe. I just can't get past the whole, his daughter being in the Imperial Senate since she was like 10. I mean, it seems a little nepotistic to me.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But I mean, would you rather have him or Palpatine?
All right, fair enough. Moon's looking real nice.
It's bigger than I remember, though.
When's the countdown start?
I think it's on Coruscant time, actually. Give me a sec. Oh, shoot. It's now.
Now?
Now.
Okay.
9.
Well,
8.
Awesome year.
7.
Really looking
6,
forward to
5,
2024.
4.
It's going to be great.
3, 2, 1.
Sprung for a big green laser. They do this every year?
I'm not sure. Okay, you got to focus. I've done this before. Don't worry.
Gosh.
Don't
Okay.
worry. Hey, there's a half-life to it. Okay.
We got to show the film, Seth. This
Exactly.
is not good.
I know. You can focus. Focus in your pinky or something like
I'm not
that.
focusing in my pinky.
Well, okay,
Seth.
I don't know, but you just gotta focus.
Okay, fine.
Okay, we can do this. 3, 2, 1. We did it. We're back, baby. We did it. We did it. What? Oh,
I told you that guy on Nar Shaddaa was bad news. We should not have gone to Alderaan.
Listen, I'm a big enough man to admit that I goofed. All right? I goofed. But all things considered, yeah. We're a lot thinner. All things considered, yeah. And then we probably got a really killer tan.
Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Beyond the Dune Sea. My name is Konnor.
And I'm Seth.
Or it was, anyway.
I'm still Seth. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
Yep. See, this is new for me.
Hey, I think we can fix this. You need to relax.
My favorite comment from a couple weeks ago, or actually last week, we were talking about Luke Skywalker and The Mandalorian.
Yes.
From FS on TikTok. Just FS.
Oh.
Bro, I broke down because I have siblings 20 years younger than me. My little brother saw Luke like I did when Empire was released in theaters in the early 90s. It shook me to tears of happiness.
Mine also on that TikTok video. This is from Cameron High 515. I'm not a Star Wars fan. Still cried.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
For those at home, yeah, we're doing this the whole episode. It's ringing in the new year, new us.
Yeah.
But you know what? Same board. That's right.
It's back.
It's
baby.
back. The board is back.
Yeah.
We're taking a look back at 2023 and a look forward to 2024 because we're in the new year. How about that?
Yes.
So, hey, did you get anything cool for Christmas? Anything Star Wars related?
I got a t-shirt.
Yeah, I got so many.
Yeah.
I was tired of you upstaging me every week. Yeah, that's right. It's you this time.
Yeah, it's true.
See, even on our little vacay, I was ready to go.
I gotcha.
So,
I got a couple shirts. I got a couple Micro Squadron. little ships.
The Galaxy Squadron.
Yeah,
I did
these
too.
are-
I did
these
too.
guys, yeah. I got some of these guys.
My wife got me the Battle of Coruscant pack, so now I have some Vulture droids.
Ooh.
I'm excited about that.
Okay.
Yeah, good luck. That was like really like intricately put in there, and
And
now it's gonna
hashtag nailed it.
there
Anyway.
you got it. I also got KOTOR.
Oh, you gonna play that?
See, I'm conflicted. I would like to play it, but it is if you know anything about video games, it's the limited run version and it's still sealed. And it's not like a super valuable game, but it's also not a super
Still
cheap
special.
game. And I'm like,
Special.
I'm not really a sealed guy, but I'm like, I don't know.
See, that's always my problem. I like to have them nice in my box, like
Yeah.
on the shelf and everything.
Like, I don't get very many sealed games. So I'm like, I don't know. So I'll probably buy it just digitally. I'm not a big fan of digital games, but since I have the physical, I'm like, well, maybe I'll do that. So that's what I got. I'm excited to play it. I know I mentioned this on our, I think it was Tales from the Archives. I mentioned that. And I've been getting DMs like, I can't wait for you to play KOTOR. Are you going to stream it? I'm not going to stream it. I haven't decided if I want to stream single player games yet or not.
I hope that that we'll get to stream together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to do multiplayer games.
I'll admit,
faux show.
I will admit, I'm not very good at video games, but apparently I'm really fun to watch play video games. If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah?
I'm constantly, I got something always to say.
I mean,
yeah.
We started a podcast because you have a lot to say.
That is true. That is true. It's like, I don't know if they're good views, but I got views. Hot takes.
Have to stream at some point. We've been saying it forever. I'd love to stream Battlefront 2, the original, and the new one too.
I was going to say, we got to do a little bit of both.
It's so wild because you're older than me and you prefer the new one, and I prefer the OG all the way.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just because I didn't have a PlayStation 2 at that time. I think that's really what and then like I picked up the PS3 because of Battlefront. Or no, PS4 because of Battlefront. I remember.
No, it wasn't a launch title. I was going to say that.
It wasn't. Because I remember I bought the PlayStation. I turned it on just to make sure that it worked. I put it back in the box, put it under my, and put it under my bed and was like, I will see you on launch day. And I did not touch it until launch day.
How about that?
Yeah. And I'll admit that title was a mess when it came out. And I was like, you know what? I'm probably not good enough to play online anyway. And so like I just played the single player and stuff like that. It wasn't until much later.
I played it a lot when it came out. Mm-hmm. I haven't really touched it since, but I played it a lot when it came out. Yeah. So hey, 2023, we're going to start there. We're going to start on 2023 and kind of talk about, hey, what kind of stuff came out?
Yeah.
Maybe do a soft ranking of them. You know, just have a little fun, a little retrospective, and then in the show talking about what's coming forward. So you get a little preview here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we had kind of 5 main projects that came out for Star Wars in 2023. 2023. And I just reused this from the tier list. I didn't think about how much smaller it was than the rest of them. This is not a dig on Ahsoka. Okay. My bad.
So small.
Yeah. So starting out, let's talk about, just get all these out of here. Let's talk about Bad Batch Season 2.
Yeah.
We started the year with that.
Yes.
That's pretty crazy.
Yes,
it seems so long ago.
Yes.
In a galaxy far, far away, perhaps even, low-hanging fruit. It was there. But yeah, so it's no secret. We love the Bad Batch.
It's true.
I
Two
really
thumbs
like it.
way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we kind of disagree on this a little bit. I prefer Season 1. You prefer Season 2.
This is so much better.
Yeah, so you think you prefer Season 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There are episodes that I like better than episodes in Season 1, but as a complete story, I like Season 1 more.
I was going to say, I just like that we're getting more like, instead of Crosshair just being like, I'm a bad guy, that like we're getting like he's questioning everything, and like that Cody episode.
It's good.
So
it's
awesome.
good.
Yes.
It's
and then that episode where he's stuck in the snow. Like
with Mayday.
Yes.
Excellent stuff.
Good stuff. And then I'll admit, I even like the Zepho one where they go and
also
like wake
good.
up a brontosaurus. There's a pod, like the tech has the pod race.
Yeah.
How do you not like this? This
I love it.
Stuff.
I love it. Don't get me wrong.
This was outshining Mando.
On weeks, it definitely was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think we're coming into like a core difference between you and I when it comes to Star Wars. You more prefer that adventure of the week style storytelling, whereas I more prefer that like streamline arc.
I don't know, because like I like Mando season 2 a lot, and that's pretty much all a running story. Yeah,
it is.
I think if the story is compelling, then I care.
Right.
But granted, I I think that these guys, it really works with them to be going off doing their own adventures.
It does.
Yes.
And I will say, it did help. I think for me, this season, like when it wasn't those like heavy hitters, I still liked them, but it was like we were in kind of a Star Wars drought. And I was like, okay, this is what I waited a week for. It's not that I didn't like it. It was just like, wish there's a little bit more to grab onto. And that's not the show's fault. That it has more of a Saturday morning cartoon vibe to it, which is great if that's your flavor and that's what you like. I think it worked even better when it was airing concurrently with Mando, because even though there were episodes that I thought were better than Mando, it was like, hey, this episode, it was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah.
But now let's start Mando, because that's how me and my wife did it. We would, on Wednesdays, get home from work, we'd get dinner, and then we'd watch Bad Batch as kind of an appetizer, and we'd jump into Mando. And there were definitely days where like, man, Bad Batch hit way harder.
Yeah.
But I really like that season of Bad Batch, the Palpatine episode, that 2 arc, which I know isn't all about Palpatine, but that like trying to uncover the clone conspiracy.
Yes.
Which I think that's even what it's called, right? The clone conspiracy? Or am I mixing that up with the Clone Wars episode?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a 2-episode arc.
But that overarching idea too of the Stormtrooper program, it's that thing that's looming in the shadows through the whole thing. And then finally it's like, oh no. Yeah. Like it's happened now. They're getting replaced.
Mm-hmm. I will say
for
it went a different direction than I thought, like phasing out the clones. I thought we were going full, like we're taking them out behind the barn.
Oh, gotcha. That Vader would just eliminate them or something.
Vader
like that.
Or somebody. I always, when the show was announced and the general premise was kind of given to us with season 1, that's how I expected the show to end, was Vader kind of finishing them off, because it's kind of a dark, poetic way to end that story.
Yeah.
But then again, they've already kind of done that in a better way with the end of Clone Wars season 7, with Vader saying goodbye to the clones. I mean, we've talked about it before, that final shot. That's it. So I don't think we need that, but that is always the direction I expected them to go. So I am surprised, but I don't know. It seems generous of the Empire and Palpatine to not just take them out and execute them. But then again, maybe it's early enough in the Empire's reign where it's like, they can't do that yet.
Yeah.
Too many people care. Like in the season, we found like there are a lot of clone sympathizers and stuff. So I really like it. I think it's killer. Like you said, those Crosshair episodes.
It's good stuff.
It's very, very good. It's exciting where it ends.
Yes.
Tech sacrifice.
Yes. They start out the season trying to steal from Count Dooku.
I know.
How fun is that?
It's so fun. Yeah. That's good.
Just like, I feel like, do you remember DuckTales?
Yes.
Okay. Scrooge McDuck swimming in the muddy, but that's like you're swimming in Star Wars lore. Where it's just like, let's just have fun. Let's steal from Count Dooku.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It is. It was cool. I agree. I like that it does stay over here.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yes, that it doesn't get too close into the main story and everything.
Yeah.
I agree.
And even though I just said I kind of expected there to be a Vader tie-in, I hope there's not. I like that we get the occasional named clone tie-in, and a Cad Bane on occasion, a Fennec Shand.
Yeah.
But let's keep it at that.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. I like these characters on their own, which I did not expect to in season 1. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And then we got what we got, and I really like it.
And look who's over your right shoulder.
I do. I have full customs of each of them.
The whole crew's there.
Yeah. I've got, and that was exciting. Like I remember, when I first got Hunter, I customized him myself, and then Casting Cave is a customizer I really enjoy. I got the full suite of heads. I need to get his Omega head if he's still got it. And then that one's from Fett Clone, if anybody cares. I have the Imperial Fett Clone coming in at some point.
Which I like his outfit when he's Imperial, all in black. And
I have a full custom of that. Like I made that before the Black Series one came out.
Yeah.
I bought an extra crosshair before. They're insane price now, but I bought one for $17 from a guy I knew on Instagram. And he's got that little pattern, that groove. I took a soldering iron and literally I grooved it out myself.
Okay. Look at the dedication, folks.
I know. I'm not real big into customizing myself. Like I like buying customs. I can paint a little bit, but I can't paint bases.
That's my problem. I'm not artistic enough.
I can paint armor okay. So I made a full Imperial Crosshair. And then when the Black Series one did come out, I did buy it, but then I sold it. I was like, mine's good enough.
There you go.
Because I bought
You got the love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going too deep on this. No one cares about Black Series
It's
customs.
okay. We can move on to the next one. We're excited for it.
So Bad Batch, very exciting. We'll talk about season 3 in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I really like it.
Yeah.
I'm down. We'll rank these in a bit, but yeah, I love it. Visions, season 2.
Yes.
I'll be real with you. I got a confession to make.
Uh-oh.
I've not watched this.
None of them?
No.
What about season 1?
I watched a little bit of season 1 and it just
didn't hit.
I'm not a big anime guy. I appreciate the artistry that goes behind it, but I've tried over the years to watch a lot of anime. It's not real big into it. And I know not all of these are anime, right? But this came out at a very, very busy time for me. I think I was on a trip and it kind of passed me by and I never went back to watch it. I did watch a lot of season 1 and I did like a lot of season 1. The Ronin episode.
Good stuff.
Killer stuff.
Yeah.
And I probably will go back and watch it. If there's interest, let us know in the comments if we should go back. At least I should watch it. And maybe we could do a review of Visions. That'd be fun. Because the main reason I want to watch this, to be honest with you, is because I have a friend who's that friend who was like, Star Wars hasn't been good since Greedo was killed by Han Solo because Han Solo shot first and Disney ruined Star Wars and Dave Filoni ruined George Lucas ruined Star Wars. He's that guy, right? Like he
hates everything. Yeah.
But even he was like, Visions is pretty good.
Okay. Interesting.
So
okay. Huh.
He's going to listen to this and be like, what in the world are you talking about? I don't sound like that at all. And I don't say that. No, yeah, he is he's very particular about what he likes, but he really appreciates Visions. And I'm like, if he likes it, because he has pretty good taste for the most part, other than his taste in Star Wars.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should watch it.
Huh.
But have you watched it?
Yeah, I watched through all of it. I mean, I was just kind of looking up really quick, like some of the names. I didn't know the episode names, but I remember really enjoying Sith. I remember enjoying the Screecher's Reach. I remember I thought the Pit was good, and the Spy Dancer. I remember that one also being pretty good as well. I'm checking this last one. I don't remember this one. That's fine. Yeah. But overall, like, I think it's neat. I think it's cool that it fits over here. Yeah. You know what I mean? That because they don't really run into anything. I mean, there isn't really that many like main characters. Season 1 had a Boba Fett episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that it's pretty much kind of just, one-time characters.
Yeah.
But you can't beat the Ronin. In my opinion,
like good.
Dude, as soon as I am a sucker, this. I'm a sucker for black and white, but one color in it.
It's good.
Love it.
Yeah.
Eat it up. I mean, he's getting a comic book too, done by the same guy.
That, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Which he's had one issue and he's got a novel, which I've read both those, which is pretty cool. And then in the spring, he's getting something that guy's doing more with it. So he's drawing and writing it. So I'm super excited to see that.
Awesome.
But yeah, I enjoyed Visions. I don't think, again, I really liked 2 of them. So 2 for 9. Yeah. So I liked it, but
after watching Gindy's Clone Wars and hearing DiamondFigs really kind of preach on hey, let's bring back 2D animation for non-canon stories, it's given me the urge to go watch this.
Yeah, to see what's going on.
I talked about it during Gindy. I am a stickler for canon. I wish I wasn't, and I'm kind of coming off of that.
Yeah.
And so now I do want to go back and watch that, because that was another big reason I never had a push to go back and watch it. It was like, well, it's not canon.
It's not connected to anything.
Yeah. So I'm in no big hurry. Right.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, it's kind of a silly mindset, right? I mean, it's about the artistry, it's about the art, it's about the individual story.
A lot of people worked really hard on that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'd like to go back and watch it and support it. So maybe we'll go back and do kind of a rewatch, a first time watch for me.
Yeah. A retrospective.
Yeah. If you guys will enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
So there was Visions. And now one that it's going to be reversed, because I know you don't know much about this. Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, I don't play video games.
Because I know Mando technically came first, but
yeah.
Jedi Survivor. So I did play this. I am a huge fan of the first game, Jedi Fallen Order.
I played half of that.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Why didn't you finish it?
Time.
Yeah, just not a huge video
I
game.
mean, I
guy.
make a YouTube show with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we didn't have a YouTube show back then.
No, I didn't. It was true. Yeah.
So I thought that this game was kind of a spiritual successor to The Force Unleashed, the Fallen Order anyway. And it was even more apparent in Jedi Survivor. So if you've not played the game, a light spoiler alert here. Jedi Survivor is definitely the Empire Strikes Back of the series, which I know people say that about everything when it comes to Star Wars. Like, this is the Empire of this. But I mean, tonally, like, it deals with Cal's darkness. And there is a fantastic moment in the middle of the game where there's like a button prompt to unleash your darkness. And it's so good. And just as a side tangent, I am a sucker for in a game when they use a button prompt as a storytelling device, because it's something that can only happen in a video game. I love that kind of stuff. A couple examples, like God of War 3, when you fight Poseidon, it's like there's a cutscene where it's like you've just beaten him up and it's from his point of view. It's like Kratos is beating into him, and then you get a button prompt to hit R3 and L3, which are the two clicky, the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you click them, Kratos grabs his head and pushes his thumbs into his eyes. It's messed up.
Yeah.
I'm like, man. And my favorite of all time, though, comes from Assassin's Creed Revelations, the very end of the game. Ezio's old. He finally reaches Altair's library, and Altair is the character from the first game.
Yeah,
He's been guiding Ezio. Right?
I know some stuff. Yeah, I know those names.
Well, when you reach the library, you find out that there's nothing there. It's just Altair's body. His skeleton is there, and he has one more memory disk for you. And you go, and there's this whole cutscene. It's great. It's emotional. But then as you grab the memory disk, you play as Altair one last time, and he's in the library. He's sealing it up, sealing himself in. And there's just a button prompt that says, press A to sit down and rest. And I'm like, and as soon as you do, the camera spins around him, and it goes from him in the past to then Ezio kneeling beside him. Oh, I'm a sucker for it. So back to Survivor.
Yeah.
There's this very emotional scene toward the middle of the game with there's a character, again, spoiler alert, who the whole time you think is your friend. He betrays you, and he's actually a Jedi, a dark Jedi, which that was the coolest part about this, was that you could see the twist coming that he was going to betray you the whole game. Like, I saw it coming. I was like, I know this guy's name's Bode. He's like this Han Solo, like smuggler type character who's joining you on missions, because Cal, the whole thing in this game is that Cal has taken the fight to the Empire, and all of his friends have kind of gone on their own path, and he's mad at all of them. It's like, you guys are all cowards. I'm doing this noble thing, fighting the Empire.
Fighting the good fight. And
Bode is with him, and then toward the middle of the game, he betrays you and kills Master, which I always forget his name. I don't know why. He's in both games. He's the Jedi Master that guides you in the first game. And you find out, hey, he's not dead in this game. But he kills him. But the actual twist is that Bode is a Jedi, and he survived Order 66 as well.
Okay.
And he's been secretly working for the ISB, because the ISB wanted their own, like, dark Jedi to work for them.
To help find people and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they had like a rivalry with the Inquisitorius. So
interesting.
Bode made a deal because the Inquisitorius came looking for him and killed his wife. And so he had a grudge against the Inquisitorius, and it was like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend type thing. It was really good. So anyway, there's this moment in the middle of the game where you're hunting him down, and you're like surrounded by troopers, and it just says like press R3 and L3 to unleash your darkness. And Cal just lets go, lets loose. It's awesome. The whole game is really good. I will say I prefer Fallen Order more, just a little bit, because I think it's just I think it's a tighter experience. Yeah. Just from gameplay to story. But I really like this entry. I think Survivor is really good. I like a lot of what they do with the character work. Cal is a really fun character. I like that he really goes dark in this game. There's a really great moment of he has like this love interest is Marin, his night sister.
I know he's like hanging out with he's got like his girl's a night sister. Yeah, yeah, which
and there's
is, it's
cool.
It's pretty dark side.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she's not. She's good. She's good.
Okay,
and he's hanging out with her, and there's this moment where they're kind of there's a little tension there. Yeah, and she says something to the effect of like isn't this against the Jedi way or something? I'm going to butcher this.
Yeah.
And he's like, the Jedi aren't around anymore or something like that.
Gotcha.
It's pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth sailing.
A little risque. I gotcha. Okay.
Or he says something like, we're doing things our own way. I don't know. Something like that. I know I just completely butchered that, but it's a fun moment.
Mm-hmm.
It ends really well. It sets up the third game really well with Cal's journey. Like some pretty big things happen. And spoiler alert, I keep saying it, but like Seer dies, who's his master. Vader kills her.
Yes, I've seen that part.
Which I will say, she got a little too close.
I was about to say.
She got a little close.
Yeah.
That's a sick fight. It's awesome because he walks in and she's like, I knew you would come for me. And like, and he says that he can sense that she's become more powerful. And she's like, no, I just let go of my fear. And they fight. And it's really cool, but she gets...
Yeah, I know. She beats him up pretty bad.
She gets too close, in my opinion. But it's a really sick fight, and then it's really sad. She dies, and then you discover this place called Tanalorr, which is like this hidden planet that can only be reached. It's like in the middle of a black hole, basically. And the Jedi in the High Republic era were trying to create a Jedi temple there. But then it was affected by these raiders and stuff, and other people found it, and there's a whole thing there, obviously. But it ends with they do find Tanalorr, and it's going to be like a sanctuary for the new Jedi, basically. We'll see how that goes.
Can't pan out too well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
well,
but we'll see.
I can see them using it as another kind of loophole for, hey, this is how Cal Kestis gets to past the OT.
Yeah.
Which, as much as I love Cal, he's got to die. He's got to. There's too many.
Yeah.
When gone am I, the last of the Jedi will you be. It's got to mean something.
It does.
And I love Cal, but he's got to go.
Yeah.
He's got to go.
Yeah. They can't all be Ezra.
Yeah. Well, they got away. Like, that's the two big ones, right? They got away with Ezra. He's often pretty. Fine.
Yeah.
Ahsoka. I am no Jedi. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Baylan and Shin. They're Darksiders now. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But there's too many.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Get him out of here.
Yeah, so get out of here, Cal. No, I like Survivor a lot. Mando season 3. So what are your thoughts on Mandalorian season 3?
I mean, it gets good at the end. But kinda. And I know that what?
I said kinda.
Yeah. It just stinks. Okay, you can just tell that there's a lot of spinning rims to get everything all in order, and also to give Dave Filoni time to tell his Ahsoka story.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, no, I gotta, like, the board's already set. What do we do? Well, because we got to get another episode or a season of Mando out there. Oh, but I don't have time to set all my characters up.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I'll just not do a lot of anything for several episodes, 8 episodes.
But then they also did a little too much in some other areas, I thought.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, let's be honest, like, the big thing in the room is that, like, I really don't think Grogu was supposed to be in this season.
I know. See,
and so I think they were backtracking on that.
I thought that Star Wars TV has so far avoided the problem that the Star Wars sequels had, and also Marvel has in a lot of ways, in DC, a lot of franchises, and it's avoided studio meddling. Yeah. At least I thought, for the most part, until we get here.
Yeah. Things start getting rough.
I think you can tell, and that's really unfortunate, because I don't think Ahsoka feels that way.
No,
I don't feel like there's anybody top down telling Dave to do something.
No,
but
I think he got to go kind of play in a sandbox by himself.
Yeah. But it definitely felt like Book of Boba Fett came along, and they were like, "You got to get Grogu back with him."
Yeah,
because I've said it before, Book of Boba Fett could just be like a mess show to me. But the fact that it undoes the emotional core of the Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 really hurts me. It was really unfortunate.
The whole thing is like, when season 2 dropped, I didn't think it could be Luke, because that's the end of the show.
Yeah.
And it's like, where do you go from here now? Is he just by himself? And I think that was the plan. They were just going to have him be by himself for a while.
And I thought that was going to work. Like, and even with the plot of season 3, I think that would have worked.
Yeah.
Like, take a break, and I thought, and I even said this at the time, not that we had a show, but I said this at the time, after Mando season 2, I was like, I think this is a bold choice that they're removing Grogu from the equation for a bit, because they'll be back. He'll be back, right? I never thought he was gone forever.
Yeah.
I'm like, give Din a season to to chill. You can even cut in with Grogu from time to time if you really want him. Sure.
Yeah.
Like, see what he's doing with Luke.
Yeah.
Like, you've already opened up that bag, might as well.
Yeah.
And then when we got that episode in Book of Boba,
Yeah.
I was like, that is what they're doing. That's crazy.
Mhm.
Okay. Like, I felt really vindicated because I'm like, okay, we're getting Din on his own. And that worked so well. That
Such a good
was
episode.
excellent.
So good.
And then that episode with Luke is also really, really good. We're like,
It
hey,
is.
we get a cut in with him, see how he's doing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And at the end with the choice, I was like, there's a chance he doesn't.
Yeah.
Or I thought that there was a chance that it was a false choice and that Luke would give him both somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But then the finale, and they also in the finale, not that we're talking too much about, I know we're not talking about Book of Boba Fett specifically, but it affects this.
Yeah.
Grogu also removed the agency of one of Boba Fett's main jobs in the finale, in my opinion. So when the Rancor starts going nuts, you spend a little bit with Boba getting to know this Rancor. Would that not have been his character moment to calm down the Rancor? Why was it Grogu's, who wasn't in the show the whole time?
I think Grogu's becoming that much more powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an okay moment with Grogu. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's like,
Yeah.
why spend
Didn't feel
the time?
deserved.
Why spend the time with Boba to not, like, if you really want to hammer home, he's this good guy now. He's connecting with the softer parts of life.
One with nature. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like
It feels
bantha.
flat. And then we get to Mando season 3, and I actually thought it was off to a great start. I was like, okay, we're getting right into the mines. That's
Yeah.
crazy, because I know there were the memes at the time. It's like, we're gonna it's gonna set it up in the intro in the first episode, and then we got to go get milk on this other planet before we go to the mines of Mandalore.
Yes.
Then we get to the mines, and that's a great episode.
Yeah.
An excellent episode.
I still want to know what that thing is that
The-
captured him.
Oh, that weird
Yes.
General Grievous looking thing.
Yeah. I just want to know.
It's cool.
And
Yeah,
it's got
it's
this
weird.
crab droid. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very unnerving.
It is.
Super unnerving.
That's a great part of that episode.
Yes.
But then things go off the rails
yeah.
as soon as I'm okay with a lot of I don't like using the word filler, but the quote unquote filler episodes, I'm fine with those. It's until we get to Bo-Katan getting the Darksaber. That's when I have two primary issues with this season. Well, 3 if you count Grogu being there, but I feel like that's a Book of Boba Fett issue. I don't like Bo-Katan getting the Darksaber. Not that I don't like her getting the Darksaber, it's how it happens. Because I remember the whole season, I was arguing with people online, being like, it's not the Elder Wand, it's not, I beat you, but then you beat me, so by the path of succession, it's now mine. But then that's exactly what it was.
The Elder Wand. Yeah.
And then it exactly was that. I'm like, is that not what the finale of the Mando season 2 is about? It's about the story. That's what Moff Gideon was saying.
Yeah.
So, and I get it that Din spun the story, and so that's part of it, but it just felt so like, Bo needs to get the Darksaber, but we don't want her and Din to have animosity together. So, okay, this is how it works. And then the main sin that I think it commits is killing Moff Gideon at the end, which I know maybe he was just a clone.
Hey, no facial hair.
I know.
No.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you, but it's just
no facial hair. So that means no real Moff.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So that's my negatives. I will say there is a lot of positives though. I know a lot of people don't like it, but that episode where they're chasing the B2 battle droid.
Yeah.
I like that episode a lot. I think that's super fun.
It's cool that it harkens back to other things.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. I like Christopher Lloyd. So
Yeah.
it's cool that he's part of Star Wars now.
I think it's fun. It feels like an episode of Clone Wars to me.
Feels like an episode of Doctor Who.
Does it? I've never seen Doctor Who.
And just goofy.
Yeah, it is
But
goofy. It is goofy.
I like my whole thing is it did take a weird journey where it's like, well, I guess my house blew up. I guess I'll go hang out with you guys. Well, we're going to make you one of us. I thought that you guys didn't like each other. Where it's just a lot of things were happening by coincidence.
You didn't like that development of Bo,
finding both sides or whatever.
Yeah, because I will say that was something I thought was done well.
I'm like, it's fine. I don't know how it all comes down. And then also I didn't really like that the Darksaber just gets crushed in the end. And it's like, okay, whatever. That it's like you guys have made a big deal about this for quite a while now, and then now it's nothing apparently. And then the fact that Moff Gideon crushed it, when it's like, no, that you said that it means power, it means symbolism. Like, why wouldn't you want it again?
Yeah,
I did think his little Stormtrooper, Mandalorian, Super Commando guys were pretty cool.
His armor was sick too.
His armor was cool. I liked the Praetorian Guard showing up, but then somehow getting beat by Grogu and a hurt Din Djarin was kind of lame. But
it was all like the ideas were all there.
Yeah,
it just
execution.
It just didn't mix, in my opinion. It didn't all flow very well.
Yeah, and I said this earlier. I think that Bad Batch was hitting a lot of the times. When Mando was just fine. That was the whole thing. And I'll be really curious because it really does feel like Iron Man 3, where it's just kind of like, we shined you up really nice. We gave you a house. We got you back together. Now we're going to put you on the shelf until the big movie. And then you can just show up. And it's like, okay, all right, I'm fine with that, I guess. I just wish that we would have got there a little better.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I'll say this, just because I wasn't a huge fan of season 3, doesn't mean I don't think that they're not going to hit it on season 4.
Or the movie?
Yeah. I don't like that mindset. I hear that from people sometimes where it's like, oh, well, he's done now. This is done. They messed it up. It's like, hey, what show do you know? What long-running show doesn't have a few bad seasons?
It's true.
It's okay.
Yeah.
They can't all hit. I mean, it's not realistic to think that that's possible. The biggest thing that bothers me is that it feels like it was a studio decision that made it bad, not just the creative juices weren't flowing as much that day.
Yeah.
Because I can forgive that. I can because there are days where you and I are like,
it's true. It's just not happening. We aren't feeling it.
Yeah.
You think that this is all one take, but I'll tell you what, sometimes there's a couple.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's just not always hitting.
Yeah.
It's like the proverbial, like, it's over, boys. We're back, baby.
Yeah, right.
It's over, boys. We are so back.
Yeah. But I mainly want to get that out there. Like, it's okay to be like,
to have a bad season.
Yeah. It's okay to have a bad season, and it's okay to have
there's
opinions,
still aspects you can like about it.
Yeah.
There's still good episodes that
it's okay to be nuanced, right? It's okay to be like, hey, some things were good, some things were not good.
It's true. I agree. And man, that is the definition of that season.
Yeah.
Some stuff was good and other things were not.
I will say, just to end it off on a real high note, that 7th episode, killer. Where they go back to Mandalore.
I do like the idea of Ags Wolves wrecking the ship into Moff Gideon. Like, that just feels like a very Avengers kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
that not episode 7?
No,
I'm sorry.
That was in the 8th one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
My bad.
I could have been wrong.
My bad. Yeah.
Because everybody expected there to be a spy or something, right? I remember there was a lot of speculation.
Yes.
Like, oh, what's happening?
And it turns out it's just all.
Yeah. It kind of wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will say, though, I don't know if you guys can see this. I love this poster for season 3.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I really like that poster.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the cool colors.
Yeah. No, just
other than like the oranges and for season 2 and 1 and all that. Yeah.
Okay. And then last up, we had Ahsoka.
Last but certainly not least.
Because, hey, without Ahsoka,
would we really be sitting here?
We might have, but maybe not in the same capacity.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Because we owe a lot to Ahsoka, I
It's
think.
true. It is true.
But yeah, I mean, how you still feeling? Has the recency bias kind of worn off a little bit?
Well, I mean, I will be honest that I was a little, I think that, how do I want to say this? It was too long when they were on Peridia. I feel like that they could have cut back on that. Like, I think that you could have even taken out an entire episode. It really wouldn't have changed much of anything.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, I mean, but I thought that back then. But I still think that, if all Star Wars projects went forward at about this, level of production value and level of storytelling and stuff, I think I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I think I would be
crazy.
Too.
Yeah.
I think that, even many months away, the show still had some pretty high highs.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some all-timer moments, I think, from this show.
Yeah.
I not just with Anakin. I mean, the Clone Wars episode was fantastic. Obviously, getting Hayden back was fantastic.
Yeah.
We got an all-timer duel, in my opinion, with Ahsoka versus Balin.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Neat new characters.
Great new characters with Balin and Shin.
Yes. Hugh Wang getting to come back. Yeah.
Yes.
He stole the show in a lot of scenes.
New ships. I think we got some great space battles.
Yes.
Marok.
I mean, it was fun.
He was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still love the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Dave did a great job kind of taking that story where it needed to go. And it makes me very excited for Star Wars going forward, which I think is the best compliment I can give it.
Yeah.
That it just makes me excited to see what's going to happen. Because I'll be honest, Mando season 3, I'm excited, but it doesn't get me as jazzed.
Kind of a misstep, I feel like. But again, I think that had to misstep in order to get this where it needed to be to get going. That's just me. We'll see. We'll see.
I disagree a little bit, but I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So with Ahsoka, I think that she, I like where her character journey goes. I really, really, really like her character arc in that show. I think it's fantastic. I'm a little worried. I think Dave is a tough closer sometimes.
Like JJ?
He's not as bad as JJ. I think that Dave does a great job world building, does a great job with character work.
Yeah.
I mean, no doubt about it. He's excellent at that kind of stuff. But when it comes to closing, JJ like just doesn't close. That's his issue.
Yeah, no, I got you.
But Dave, he does close, but I think that when he wraps things up, I don't think he quite knows how to, at least in my view and stuff that I've watched, like in Rebels, in my opinion. Season 3, fantastic. Season 4, a lot of great ideas, a lot of fantastic ideas. But they just kind of all happen and then it ends.
Scatterpoint, yeah.
Like I love the World Between Worlds as an idea. It just happens and then it's over. So I am cautious, but I think that he's going to do a great job.
Okay.
Because Rebels was just his first foray into his own storytelling.
Sure.
So Ahsoka, fantastic. Excited to see where the story goes. Excited to see where Thrawn goes, where Dathomir goes, where Ahsoka herself goes. Hey, I'm here for it.
That poster from Celebration. It's got Mando and Grogu, Ahsoka, Luke. Right. I want that.
Yes.
Yeah. It's going to be good.
I'm down. So fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's do kind of a soft ranking of these.
Okay.
Hit me. What do you think? What's at the bottom of the list?
Off the cuff, Vision's bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I'm going to go, I'm going to go Mando season 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then I'll go Jedi Survivor.
Okay.
Then, because I mean, you really like Jedi Survivor, so I'll give that to you. And I know that I've heard all around that it's great. Yeah. So yeah,
it's got Boba Fett. It's got your Boba Fett.
Yeah, I've heard that. My Boba Fett. What do you mean?
Because like your guy is like the OG guy.
Oh, that's more like the adventurer and everything like that. Yeah, I've seen that Boba Fett scene, so it's pretty cool.
It's cool.
Yeah. That so Bad Batch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think because even though I love Bad Batch, I got to give it to Rosario. And
I'll admit that surprises me a little bit. I would have expected you to put Bad Batch at the top.
It is true that I love Bad Batch, but I think it's part of it is a little like because it's tied to all of this.
Yeah,
I feel like that's kind of part of it. So
that's true. Ahsoka is intrinsically tied to our origin story.
Yes, so I think that's kind of part of it.
Yeah, that's fair. Mm-hmm. I love it. I completely agree. I have no issues.
Okay.
Yeah. And really all these projects are great. I mean, we have our issues, but they're all great.
Yeah. And I was going to say that, what a pretty good year for Star Wars.
It was a great year for Star Wars.
Yeah. And we didn't even get a movie.
Yeah.
We don't need to have movies.
Yeah. I know. People are so hung up on that.
I know.
I mean, that was always George's vision was a serial.
Yes, it's true. I think Star Wars works better as a serial anyway.
I think it works better as both.
Yeah.
I think it works better as both things.
Yeah.
So exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But that's in the past. Let's get out of here.
Do you see that?
Yeah. Out into the horizon, out beyond the Dune Sea, perhaps.
That's 2024.
It's 2024.
It's way out there.
Yeah. No, it's right here.
Oh, it's here.
We're here. And what do we got to look forward to? We got a ton of stuff, man.
We do. Let's knock those video games out first.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just do that because I'll be honest, you know me.
You're not a big video game guy.
I just dude, give me some dice. Give me some guys
you're
around
a tabletop guy.
Yeah, give me some guys around a table.
So I'm not ranking these. I'm just talking about Hunters first.
Yes. What about it?
So when this was announced, do you know much about this game?
It's like an arena fighter, right?
Yeah. So for those at home, this is it's an arena fighter. It's going to be on
Switch in a mobile game. That's what I read.
Yeah, so this is like it's a mobile game. It's also going to be on Switch.
Yeah,
and it's kind of an arena fighter. I thought when it was announced it was going to be a battle royale game.
Yeah,
and it's not, which is kind of a bummer.
Kind of like Fortnite.
I thought it was going to be more in the realm of like Apex or Warzone.
Okay,
it's not that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to give it a shot. I think it's going to be interesting.
Could be a fun one for us to stream or try.
Yeah,
because I don't like video games, but I've actually been told by a lot of people that I'm very entertaining.
Yeah.
Like Resident Evil. I don't know if you've ever played any of those.
Not a fan of horror games.
Me neither, but like the really scary one that came out a couple times ago, people had me play that and they just watched me because I was so scared to be playing, because I just get scared of things. And
I bet you would be fun to watch.
Walking around in that haunted house, like I did not like that at all. Then there was a part where they were just like, you got to go touch that guy. And I'm like, I don't want to. No, you have to.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, I could see that. I could see you being fun.
Yeah,
because you are a Fortnite guy, as I've heard. You're hitting the gritty. You're doing the floss.
I've been known to gwitty.
A part of my soul just died and is gone.
Why?
Even more dead than I already am.
Why?
Right, that I just said that.
Hit the gritty?
No, that I just said that.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
You gonna get up and floss for us?
I do. Maybe someday.
Hey, let's go.
Maybe someday.
I'll get out of the way.
No, it's fine. It's
you
fine.
sure?
No,
we got a whole
fine.
space.
It's fine.
We got a wide angle camera right
fine.
there.
It's fine.
No. Hashtag Seth do the floss. Started, guys.
Those days are behind me.
Bombard our comment sections and his DMs with hashtag at Layered Geek. It's right there. You see it. At Layered Geek, hashtag Seth do the floss.
That man's gone.
Yeah. He's one with the Force.
That man is one with the Force, and the Force is with him.
Oh my
but
goodness.
I do love a Star Wars Fortnite collab. I will say that. A lot of fun.
I've never gotten into Fortnite.
Okay.
I've just it's too complicated for me. I don't know what it is.
Hey, dude, turn the building off. It's just a shooter.
Can you
at that point?
I've heard people say that. Like,
Zero
can
builds.
you just do that?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a game mode?
Yeah, it's called Zero Builds. It's the only way I play.
Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be hitting the floss.
Maybe you'll be flossing before you know it. Oh my gosh, Konnor, you're doing the gwitty.
Stop it. Okay, we're moving on. Hunters, It looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Here's one that I actually didn't know about until recently.
Yeah.
The Dark Forces remastered.
Rogue One before Rogue One.
Yeah, Kyle Katarn.
Kyle Katarn.
I didn't know about this. You know what was my first interaction with this game? I saw a post that was debating whether or not it was a good idea that they replaced the Stormtrooper helmet with like the new Disney style Stormtrooper helmet.
Huh.
Yeah. Because I'm a part of a bunch of retro game forums, because this game came out in 1995.
Yeah.
And the original
What's different about it?
So the original helmet was like, you know how in like A New Hope, you had a bunch of helmets. Some were kind of wonky. So like everybody was different.
Yeah.
Well, when Disney's kind of used this model since Rogue One. Like they've used that specific character.
Uniform.
Yeah. Which I'll be honest, I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's good. But they replaced that in this poster. If you can see I have my Hot Toy Stormtrooper up there. It's the same one.
Is that?
Yeah.
And then what? The original one was kind of wonky?
A little bit. I mean, not wonky. It just looked different.
I guess I'll have to go back and look. I mean, isn't that the graphics though?
Yeah, that was part of it.
Yeah.
Now you're making me want to show it to you.
Okay. Huh.
I'll show you. That's what it looked like. That's what the original looked like. I'll put it up on screen.
Oh, but I mean, like, that's more like just that.
I know. It's just
the
used to look like.
graphics.
But it's also just what they used to look like with the higher brow, you know?
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. I think that, like, part of that's just that, like, the graphics as opposed to.
I mean,
like, he's
is
not
part
even
of
holding
it.
the gun completely in
It
this
is
picture.
part of it. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, like, they changed the character
And
model to be more
I was
like
going to say,
that.
that's just like a picture. That's all
Yeah,
like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. But anyway, I think that's cool that the layers of this fandom that you got your ship nerds, you got people that are really into like the suits and the changing of the suits and stuff like that.
That's
it's
true.
Like, it's like,
you do have
who
that.
knew? Like that is so deep in so many layers that I would have never noticed
It is.
that.
Like,
I would have just chalked that up to, oh, okay, they increased the graphics so he looks better.
Yeah. I only recognize that kind of stuff because of how involved I am with the toy community.
Yeah.
So I follow some guys like Kamino and Customs, for example. He is like deep in the Clone Trooper design lore. Like when a new show comes out or a new Hasbro drop, I'm always like, what's Kamino? Did they do a good job? Because I don't know. And I always wait to see what he has to say.
Gotcha.
And you'll be like, the left knee pad is slightly crooked and has a hash mark that's not supposed to be there. And I'm not even being dramatic. That's literally what he'll do.
Okay. Interesting.
He'll
So
like
he
go
really
that-
cares about that.
He'll go
Okay.
that deep. But dude, he makes customs and they are
Screen accurate, basically.
they could be in the movie. It is, and they're this big.
Cool.
It's unreal. He's good. He's great.
Cool.
So yeah, anyway, back to the game. I am looking forward to it. I like a good Star Wars shooter. I like Battlefront.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. And I'm just excited to play one. This completely slipped me by. It was on PC. I didn't play many old PC games.
No.
Any old Star Wars PC games anyway.
I mean, the other random fact, I'm like 99% on this. I'm pretty sure the gun you use in that game, Cassian Andor uses it in Andor.
Okay.
Yeah, that like
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat.
So it's kind of cool. Kind of linking those two characters, Kyle Katarn and Cassian Andor, being linked to the Death Star and all that.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just excited to try a new Star Wars game. That one that's kind of new but old.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Mm-hmm. And then we have, Star Wars Outlaws. So it's being made by Ubisoft, whichever you want to call it. And I'll be real, I'm a Ubisoft guy. Yeah. I know they make kind of just by the books, generic open world games. I get it. But Star Wars has never had really an open world game. And I think it's a good idea to kind of start with that.
What about Galaxies?
Yeah,
like on the computer, like a super old game.
That
you could like.
I'm talking like a modern open world.
Okay.
Open,
all right. Okay.
Like The Witcher. Like Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Like why are all open world games now slipping
Elden
my
Ring?
Mind? Yes, but that's up here. Okay. Like that is a new.
I'm trying to be cultured and say something. That's all.
Elden Ring is fantastic, but I don't think. Here's my kind of I don't even say hot take, but I don't think Star Wars could handle an Elden Ring style open world game to start out with in the open world genre.
Gotcha.
It would be awesome. Don't get me wrong. I would love a game of that quality.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact, I know a lot of Star Wars fans out there who didn't like even the little bit of Dark Souls combat we got in Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Now, if you're just referring to the level of intricacy and whatnot that comes with that, I think that would be cool. Because as a side tangent, what Elden Ring does that's unique versus something like this, it does indirect storytelling. That's what FromSoft does. So there's not a direct narrative really being told. You get that by just exploring the world and just seeing things, interacting with things, like looking at things. Nothing's just handed to you.
Yeah.
Whereas in like a game like this, more than likely, because it's Ubisoft, it's going to be cutscenes. Which is great. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good move for a first open world game for Star Wars. Ubisoft is the move, in my opinion, just to have that
that foundation.
Yeah, because it's going to be good. I think at worst, this game is going to be bland competency.
Okay.
And call me a shill. I think that's fine to start out with. Okay. But I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's actually going to be pretty good because the
little demo was pretty cool.
Yeah. It looked kind of, it honestly reminded me of like Assassin's Creed in space, but with like the gameplay of like Uncharted.
And it kind of like, I don't know, it felt like kind of Jedi Survivor with a gun, don't you think?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Like,
Jedi Survivor's a little more linear.
Their little her little table in her ship where I'm like, oh, that's where you can customize your gun and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I think that it's going to be kind of similar.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be cool. I'm excited to see the formula that I've grown accustomed to with Assassin's Creed, because I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. Not so much lately. Mirage is okay. But some of their big RPG games, I'm excited to see that formula be taken here. And yeah, there's some stuff about that formula that's not so great. Mm-hmm. Like it can be a little bloated, have a lot of collectibles and stuff, but I'm excited about it overall. I think it's going to be awesome. And I mean, dude, an assassin droid in a trench coat?
It's pretty cool.
Why does he need a trench coat? Is he going to get cold?
I don't know. Maybe he just looks cool.
He does just look cool. That's so rad. I need a figure of that.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
I'm sure it'll be coming.
Yeah. Or I'll just make my own.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just make my own. I'll contact Kamino and Customs. I would, but I probably couldn't afford him. He's insane. Okay, moving on to the shows.
Meat and potatoes, baby.
Meat and potatoes, although that's going to be taking a lot of my time if it comes out this year. I'm still a little skeptical if it's going to come out this year. I was going to say,
it seems like a lot. But
if it comes out this year, it'll be holiday.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. So, we were just talking about it. The Bad Batch.
Oh, baby.
I feel a little sad using that poster because Tech's in there.
Yeah. So, pour one out for our homie.
Wait a minute. Let's make it a little bit more season 3 accurate.
He's going to tear him off? Now we can't reuse this. The board, no. Wow.
There we go. It's a little more season 3 accurate.
It's cold. Here, I'll hold on to him.
There you go. You hold on to Tech.
Yeah. Always there in our hearts. So.
Do you think he's coming back?
No. No way.
Really?
No way.
I don't want him to.
Death needs to be permanent.
I know, but do you think that they will do it?
He ain't no Jedi.
I'm worried a little bit. I'll be real.
I would be very surprised. if they did it.
I would be very sad because I thought he had a very meaningful death.
Yes.
I really like that scene.
They have his goggles. I could see like an "I love you 3000" moment.
Yeah, with like a hologram.
Where he left a message or something like that.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't. Gosh, I know.
No, man. No. There'll be other things that can happen in this show, though.
Here, why I'm worried is just like I don't know. I think that they had just enough of a setup with the goggles that like, oh, maybe they took his body. They're going to make him into like one of those assassin clones. Like
that'd be dumb too.
It would be dumb. Yeah,
but I wouldn't, because isn't that what they're kind of doing to Crosshair? They're doing something to him, right?
Yeah,
he didn't escape.
But I could see it. Like,
yeah,
maybe in the goggles has like a recording, right?
That's
and like they get that and they see it. I'm not an AI version of him or a recording of him. I mean, like when he fell, he turned it on, and so obviously they had to have found him.
Yeah,
and so they now have all this information about where they took his body.
Gotcha.
But maybe they put his body in like a tube or something and they're using it for something. I'm just worried about it.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe it's a dumb worry. Maybe it's unfounded. I hope so.
But other people have to show up. I mean, like Rex has probably got to show up and, Gregor.
Wolf.
Probably
about time we see that story.
Yeah.
That's what I like about this show. It is the over there show. We get all that stuff. Are we seeing her? Is it her time?
I hope not. We get so much of her.
We do.
So much.
We do. I'd be surprised if we don't, to be honest with you.
He does love her.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if she popped in, but
is it needed?
I don't think it's needed.
It isn't. It isn't at all. And I am excited to see, Scarecrow himself. He reminds me of Dr. Crane.
The doctor from Mount
Dr.
Tantus.
Jonathan Crane. Yeah.
What's his name? Dr.
I don't have a clue.
Gosh.
No, why? Okay.
I gotta look him up.
Gotcha.
You can keep talking.
I was just going to say, that, Dr. Jonathan Crane, because he even uses poisons and stuff like that. Like, I can't wait for him to get his comeuppance. It's going to be awesome. And I think the Bad Batch are all going to die because I feel like that they don't really need a happy ending. I think they'll probably sacrifice themselves to save Omega.
Hemlock. Dr. Hemlock.
Yeah, he's going to get his comeuppance.
You think they're all going to die?
Probably. And I think, too, that we will get, a link that, this is somehow linked to Project Necromancer.
Oh, for sure. With the Tantus.
And stuff like that. Yeah. Yes, that is all, that Palpatine's trying to create a perfect clone so he can, filling in those gaps for Rise of Skywalker.
Sowing the seeds.
Yes. And I think that's what you got to do. That's how you make those movies better.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm game with that.
Yes.
I think that I could see them all dying. I really don't see another avenue for them.
No,
because they already tried to ride out into the sunset thing. Living on that island, it didn't work.
No.
I could see that. I could see them all dying in a blaze of glory with Omega kind of being...
She's the one that lives on from them.
And I'd like to see a link between her and Boba Fett.
It would be kind of cool.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I thought that would make for a compelling season 2 of Book of Boba Fett as sort of this cross-medium storytelling.
Yeah, then Omega shows back up.
Yeah, and maybe she has something to do with Boba. Yeah. I don't know. I think that there's a link there, clearly, and that would be interesting to explore.
Yeah.
Mount Tantus is interesting. Dr. Hemlock is interesting. Obviously, the stuff going on with Omega having to team up with Crosshair is very interesting. And then we have the remnants of the batch, which is just Hunter and Crosshair, or Hunter and Wrecker, because Echo's off. He's off with Rex. So everybody's split. It's interesting because
it's truly it feels like Empire Strikes Back, doesn't it?
Yeah. So everybody needs to come back together for Return of the Jedi.
That home feeling for Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the season starts with we get kind of our various adventures with what's Hunter and Wrecker doing, trying to find information. Then what's Crosshair and Omega doing, and then maybe we touch in with Echo and Rex, maybe.
Yeah.
But then everybody kind of comes together for the finale.
Final. Yeah.
And then I'd like to see where that goes. I think it'd be a great final send off because this story it's surprising to me that it's more personal. It's not about the Clone Wars is about the clones. This is about the Bad Batch, which I know is obvious by the titles, but the through line, of just being the clones, I expected it to be a more broad story, but it's not. It's more personal. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm down.
I'm excited.
And then we have in the animated story vein, you talk about sowing seeds for future Star Wars. What better opportunity than tales of the Jedi.
This is if J.J. Abrams was a TV show. This is the mystery box show. We don't know anything about this.
We have no idea.
None.
And that's what's exciting. It's
It
like,
is.
who is this going to be about?
I hope it's not about her.
Because I got to be real. I didn't know this was a thing.
Really?
Like season 2, people kept talking about it like it was confirmed. I'm like, I don't understand. So I did some research on it. I must have missed that Dave Filoni confirmed this.
Gotcha.
in that celebration.
I think it was kind of in a passing thing. I don't think it was like
He was like, we're going to do more.
Yeah.
So
we're making more.
I'm excited to see what this is. Are we just going to get 6 again? Is it just going to be 2? I bet they're going to probably follow a similar formula.
Yeah.
If we do see Ahsoka, here's what I would like to see. Because he can't help himself.
I know.
I think there's one story that I need. And this would be the perfect way to do it. Ahsoka meeting Luke Skywalker.
Be pretty cool.
I'd love to see it.
You don't think that they wouldn't save that for live action though?
I would rather it be in live action. But honestly, at this point, I just want the story.
Want it to be there?
I want it to be this. Now, if you could somehow give me confirmation from the future that, no, we're going to get it in live action, then okay. Get it out of here. I don't want it in animation form. Not that I wouldn't like it in animation, but it is a little more powerful, in my opinion. I know it's like,
no, I got you.
But I don't know. And then again, it would be cool to see in animation too. I think the thing that keeps me from saying that I would love to see it in animation, we've never seen Luke Skywalker in animation, at least not in canon, right? Except for the holiday special.
I was about to say, let's not forget about the holiday special.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
So I think that sort of mental marriage of those two images would be difficult in that case.
Yeah.
Without ever having something else to do with Luke and animation. So I would prefer if they kept that live action. I could see them doing that as like a cold open in a season 2 of Ahsoka, or maybe in the movie.
Yeah. I think that's a movie moment.
I do too.
That puts butts in seats.
That does.
It does.
That's the end of a trailer moment.
Yeah, it is.
Right there.
Yeah. Where you just see like his lightsaber as she turns.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah. Such an Avengers thing.
So let's, for a moment, Ahsoka's on the back burner. She's not going to be in it. Who is in Tales of the Jedi season 2?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Let's put the man in there. Let's put Baylan Skoll in there.
You think so?
I know that's tough.
You think so?
I know that's tough, but that'd be so cool. And this is why I could think it could work. How long are these episodes?
They're short.
They're super short. Some are like 6 minutes.
But you think, so Dave announces a celebration. This was before Rey.
He did it in passing. Yeah.
It's before he passed.
Yes.
He had already clearly been working on it.
Well, I was talking about that he did, like he even said it in passing. It wasn't like this whole,
but they would not have said it in passing if it wasn't already being worked on.
Yeah, true.
If they weren't ready to say it.
Over there.
Put back over, put tech, you mean?
He's over here. Yeah.
My big thing is obviously Baylan would be a easy layup for Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
But my only thing is,
you don't think there was enough time?
I don't know that was in the plan because a character like that is so mysterious. That's the intrigue.
Well, but I mean, you still got to start kind of filling in that backstory somehow. And this
would
be a good vehicle.
You think they'll do that already though?
It'd be a cool vehicle to do it.
It would be, but I'm saying like put yourself in Dave Filoni's shoes. He just finished Ahsoka. Yeah. Ahsoka was about to come out. He's like, okay, I know. And he's already got plans for season 2. Again, this was before the writer's strike. So we know that was pretty much in the bag before the writer's strike. Now it's pretty much confirmed again, but he's going to do season 2. He's getting his movie. Baylan's part of those plans. Do you kind of blow that and give him backstory in an animated show? Again, with the current context, it's easy to say, like if he started writing today, I could see that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think that like they're so mysterious. So like, why not sow little seeds? Because here's the whole thing: is they aren't 24-minute episodes.
I know there would be time. There would be time to go ahead and do them now.
Yeah,
right?
You
still
could
have
do
it come
like
out.
10 minutes. Yeah, you could do 5 minutes. Yeah, like, and maybe they're just one episode of him.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
That's
I could see something where it was like. I could see something where it was like he had 2 other characters already in mind. And he's like, okay, let's add a few more for Baylan, for Ray Stevenson. But then you have the difficulty of he's already going to have to recast. And it's like, do you announce the recast with an animated show? Because if you're going to recast, why not keep it consistent?
Yeah.
I think
maybe, who knows, maybe he recorded enough that they could do something with him.
That's true. Maybe if it was in the plan, if it was always in the plan, then Ray might have recorded it. And wouldn't that be
Or
great?
even with what they recorded with Ahsoka, that there might be enough
And they could kind of do like a Carrie Fisher thing where they build a
work
story
around stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's a lot of possibilities. So, okay, fine. You're getting rid of that. I don't know how I feel about like when a lot of the other Jedi got a lot of story in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, because I mean, I would love more Dooku, but I think that they did a really good job with the first season. I don't know if we really need any more. I don't need more Mace. I don't need more K.I.D. Mundi. I don't like Ayla's in like 2 episodes. I guess maybe I could get a little bit more of her. I'm trying to think of anybody else that would really even like that.
Well, you're kind of thinking in the Clone Wars box,
I know.
though.
I was about to say that I'm like, that's the whole thing. Tales of the Jedi could be everything because I think we're thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, who doesn't want Ben Solo?
I would love a Ben Solo and Luke Skywalker adventure.
That'd be cool. Yes. Or Ben and Han.
The only thing I could think of is like maybe they're saving that. Maybe the Mandoverse is building to that.
Maybe, but at the same time, but I mean, Adam Driver, there are no plans for him right now.
Well, he's not playing a young Ben Solo. They're going to recast that. Yeah. So I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like I love the Rise of Kylo Ren comics. I love those comics. I would love to see a story with those two, even bring in Han. That would be fun.
Yeah.
It would even be fun to go way back and tell a story from a Jedi we've never even heard of from like the Old Republic.
It's true.
Or maybe one we have heard of in canon or in Legends rather, and bring them into canon. That would be neat.
Cool too. Again, that's what's neat is this is the mystery box. We
Yeah,
just don't know what all this could be.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And that's what I think makes it awesome.
Yeah. I think that the challenge is in order to not make it just another episode of Star Wars Visions.
Yes.
You have to keep it within the realm of like people know who we're talking
these
about.
people are.
And yet there's to be intrigue.
Yeah.
So I think Ben Solo would be really cool. I mean, even people who don't like the sequels like Ben Solo.
It's true.
And want more content with him.
His back must hurt from carrying those movies.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. Yeah. It's exciting. I think that anywhere that show can go, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I think that the stuff that animation team does is out of this world. I think the stuff that Dave's been doing is really cool. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. So, hey, the live action shows.
Yeah. Meat and potatoes, baby.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We'll start out with, because we're talking about Mando and the Mandoverse, the Skeleton Crew, Stranger Things in Space.
Jude Law.
And
some kids. And Jaleel White. Do you know who that is?
Yeah. Who's that?
Who? Huh?
It sounds familiar.
Fill me in.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the show for some weird reason.
Hey, why not?
I don't know. I'm curious. I want to know what he's going to be in. From the way he described his character, because I don't know why, I think like he had to have gotten in trouble for this. Like the way he described his character, like he sounds like a Weequay.
A Weequay.
So it's like
maybe there's pirates in the show.
I've heard maybe Hondo
and Akka.
Yeah, which is just crazy to like.
Honestly, that's a good fit.
You think so?
I think that could work.
I don't know. Like my whole thing is like Jim Cummins kind of is Hondo, so I think it's kind of crazy that they shouldn't do that. But yeah, we'll see.
They could always do like a Darth Maul situation where he could still voice him. I don't know that they would do that with it.
No, I don't think they would either. But Jaleel White just has a very distinct voice, so that's why I think it's interesting that doesn't sound like Hondo.
I suppose that's true. Yeah, so maybe not.
It's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm curious to see him. I'm curious to see Jude Law and a bunch of kids because I like Jude Law.
Because there's been some rumors that maybe he's a Jedi or some of the kids are Force sensitive.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I kind of hope to stay away from Jedi since we just got a whole show of Ahsoka.
Me too.
I would like to just see something that's kind of, something different.
Something zany. Yeah. Something out there. Yeah. This is kind of the Star Wars Outlaws of shows for me. It's like that kind of, we're playing in this other type of sandbox.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we talked about Andor on the show before and how you're not the biggest fan of it. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
We both have the same opinion that it's like, it feels like a HBO show cosplaying a Star Wars.
Yeah.
I still think the idea of Andor could work. And I think this maybe could be that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we're telling these other stories that are outside of the Jedi and Sith.
Yeah.
That are kind of connected in the universe. Yeah. It's still got that fun, campy Star Wars DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just kind of gallivanting in space. And we know from what little we do know that they might be traveling between galaxies, which makes me very cautious because
I swear if they, what'll turn me off is if they run into Peridia and they rescue the girls and Ezra. Or no, Ezra got home, sorry.
Yeah.
If they rescue the girls, that's going to drive me nuts.
I wouldn't mind if they cameoed. Fine. make your interconnected story.
Yeah.
Do not bring them back.
That will that's Book of Boba Fett all over again.
It is
That's
Book
just
of Boba
gonna
Fett.
drive me nuts because that's just not what you do.
Yeah.
Like that's just not how you do it.
I could see
Poor storytelling.
I could see Skeleton Crew establishing maybe a method to bring them home.
Yes, like
maybe that they're like, oh, we figured out a way to consistently do this.
we
and
can
then
ride
maybe,
the whales. Yeah,
and then maybe Ezra gets wind of this. Maybe that's the end teaser or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like that connection. He's like, hey, I can go back. And then I still stand by. I think Ahsoka's there to stay.
Yeah.
But Sabine might come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it happens in this show,
no way.
I'm going to be kind of upset.
It would really shake my faith in all of it. Where it's like, oh, is this just what we're doing? We're leaving cliffhangers just to have them be fixed in the next show?
Yeah.
No,
I really don't like that.
No thanks.
And it's not just the cliffhanger. It's like Mando, that was the emotional resonance of the final beat of the show, is that we're here to stay. We got our friend home, but it's okay. We're where we need to be.
Yeah.
And then if they come by and are just like, hey, hitch a ride.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's go.
You got room for one more? Yeah.
I don't think
back on up. Yeah.
If that did happen, I think it's only with Sabine.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't think it's going to happen. But if it did, because what are they going to do with Balin at that point?
I don't know.
Ahsoka's got to stay. There's just no way. I don't think they do it.
I gotcha.
If they did, I'd be really upset.
I agree.
But otherwise, I'm very optimistic about this show.
Jude Law, Stranger Things. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm down. And then we have the Acolyte.
So I'm going to try and say this as nice as I can. You know what drives me nuts? When people make assumptions about things before we've actually seen anything. And I think it's silly when behind the scenes drama and silly things that your director says are trying to sell your product with, I'm trying to think the best way to say it. Why are these things selling the product than like just showing your product? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't like that all we know about this is the drama, and then people trying to make like putting their own stamp on things with like saying stuff that are like controversial things. There we go.
Yeah.
So I don't like that, like behind the scenes drama, controversial takes and quotes. I just am like, that bums me out a little bit before the show even comes out. But I'm going to stay optimistic. That's the whole thing that like.
No, I'm with you. It's frustrating to me because, like you said, this is what we know about the show. So
like barely anything.
Like Leslie Headland, the showrunner of the show, at Celebration, it was either this year or last year. I don't know. She said some comments. You can look them up, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I wasn't a huge fan of what she said.
Yeah.
But I can still look at that and be like, hey, I didn't like that, what you said. I'm still going to watch it. I'm going to form my own opinions. Maybe it's terrible. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's awesome.
Maybe it is awesome because
maybe it's awesome. Maybe it's great. I don't know. But the point is to form your own opinion. Right?
Yeah.
But what sucks is
now it has that stigma to it.
Rather than telling me about your show, that's what I know.
Yeah.
And sure, part of that is that's what makes headlines and stuff. And that's people I get it.
Yeah.
But now you're going to have a lot of people out there that aren't even going to give it a shot because you've kind of poisoned the well.
Yes.
It's just frustrating.
No, that's the whole thing is I hope that I'm conveying that because I completely echo you where I'm like, I don't like that. That's what I know about this show.
Yeah.
Because yes, I've not seen a trailer.
I've also not seen the same trailer. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I know a lot of people get super psyched about that scene in Attack of the Clones where all the Jedi are running at the droids. Like that's their jam. And I'm like, cool. I want to see a bunch of Jedi at their height. Yeah. Let's see that. Let's see, maybe we could get Plagueis or we could get Yoda or we could get, there's like, this is a neat time in Star Wars that we haven't seen a whole lot
100 years before The Phantom Menace.
Exactly. So there's opportunity for some pretty cool storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a final point on that part is just, I just wish that we knew about the story. Because that's what matters. That's what matters. It's the story.
Yes, and that's what I care about. Yeah. I don't you can have your opinions.
Exactly.
I care about the art you're making. That's all I really care about.
I can disagree and I can agree, I can disagree, whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're there to tell a story and I want to hear your story that you want to tell. Even if I do disagree with you, because there are plenty of showrunners out there that I watch their shows and I'm like, you guys as people, I do not agree with at all.
Yeah.
Some people I'm like, I really agree with you and I can't stand there with their work or vice versa, right? Yeah. So it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But
I'm ready.
Yes, I just want to watch it.
I was going to say, I want to see her work.
Yeah.
Not about not her opinions about things.
Not these weird comments that get floated around. And then it's also just, it also just poisons the ethos around it. Because now, whenever you talk about the Acolyte, then people
that's
have
all anybody. But granted, that's all we have to talk about because they're keeping it so close to the chest.
Yeah.
Where it's just like now it just sits and festers.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I feel like we're being super negative. Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, we're being negative, but also trying to, I guess, like temper our own feelings towards it, right? Because I know a lot of other people feel the same way. Yeah. And it's like, well, it's frustrating, but at the end of the day, let's just care about the show.
Yeah.
And we should keep creators accountable. Yeah. The creators accountable, if something's bad, we should say it. Yeah. And if something's not bad, we should say that. But there's no sense in festering on the negativity and just creating this echo chamber, right? Because there's too much of that, especially with Star Wars.
Dude, and that's all Star Wars Twitter is.
It is.
Is echo chamber after
and
echo chamber, yeah.
So that's all we're going to say about it. We just wanted to get that is the elephant in the room. Because I know if we made a reel about this, we would get comments.
Yeah.
And whatever, let them come. But anyway, so about the actual show, we didn't watch a trailer. No. Allegedly, there was a leak. Yeah. And we definitely did.
We averted our eyes.
Yeah. But I've heard it was pretty cool.
Yes.
The trailer that
Jedi
showed
and fighting
Celebration.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. And it's exciting because it's like, man, what a cool time in Star Wars. Like you said, are we going to get Plagueis? Are we going to get the Sith? Yeah. It's like.
Well, she is the acolyte of something, right?
That's cool. The intrigue is cool. It's like, who is the acolyte? Yeah. Are we really following someone else? And we're going to. Well, no, the show is told from the point of view of the Darksiders. So yeah, that is one of the few things we do know about it. Okay. But it's like, who is she an acolyte to? It's very intriguing. Yeah. Because if it is Plagueis, I mean, this lady's got to die. Yeah. Right? Because she doesn't make it to the Phantom Menace. That's interesting. She does not. And I do hope it's just not another run-of-the-mill redemption story. Yeah. Because that would be an easy way to get us back to status quo. Like, shake the faith of the Jedi a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it'd be really cool. Have it maybe a Padawan that turns, gets in the thrall with the Darksiders or something. And then the Jedi sweep it under the rug. Like, okay, nobody can know about this because, we got to keep our image. Yeah. And then that's why we don't hear anything about it come Phantom Menace. It's true. It would also show the Jedi's hubris going forward. Yeah. I'd be down. I'd be down for that.
Yeah. Again, there's opportunity to tell an awesome story. I'm ready to hear what the story is.
Me too. Yes. Me too. Yeah.
Rather than bad press and whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's 2024, man. We're waiting. We're just kind of in the waiting phase.
It is true. It is.
It's like
what's Dune Sea doing? During the waiting phase?
During the waiting phase? Yeah. So what are we doing in 2024? Well, we're dead, clearly.
Yeah. We got to work on that.
So that's unfortunate.
We got to work on that.
So yeah, we're going to be kind of doing a rotation of shows in between Star Wars properties that are coming out. Yeah. A little bit more structure to the show. So basically we're going to kind of have like maybe a special topic week, a review week, a tier list, and then a live stream, because we heard you guys really enjoyed the live stream. We really enjoyed the live stream. So we're going to kind of have those in rotation, and just maybe every 4th, 5th show, something like that, we'll do a live stream. Keep some lists in there, because who doesn't love a good list? Yeah. We know we enjoy a good list. And yeah, kind of keep things fresh, keep things fun, moving forward in the non-Star Wars, non-main Star Wars time, right? We also have Tales from the Archives. That's still going on. Yes. We just last week did the first half of Plagueis. Yes. We're going to be doing the last half here come the end of the month. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be kind of going on concurrently with our main show.
And we were both on a show too.
We were both on a show.
Yes.
Tony from Star Wars Sith started a new channel for his podcast,
because the man's a machine.
The man's a machine. He's got Sith Talk. He's got Hyrule Sith, which is his gaming channel. And his main channel, Star Wars Sith 66. He's a great dude. He's been really mentoring us with our YouTube journey.
I was going to say that we are the Padawans.
Yes. Yeah. Always 2 there are, or 3.
Maybe.
So we were both on his podcast individually. So if you can't stand me and just want to listen to him, check him out. Or if you can't stand him and just want to listen to me, just check me out.
Shouldn't talk like that.
So we were on there individually. It was a great time. It was a great talk. Mm-hmm. We both had great talks. I listened to yours earlier this week when it dropped.
Thank you.
You did a good job. I was proud of you.
Proud of me?
Yeah.
For what?
You did good.
Well, thanks.
I knew you were nervous.
I'm a wreck all the time. You know that.
Yeah, you did good.
That's my secret cap. I'm always nervous.
Well, you did a great job.
Thanks.
So, but we can't end the show without hearing from you guys.
It's true. We want to hear from the folks at home.
So I asked on Instagram, which I do every week over at Beyond the Dune Sea on Instagram. I asked, what were you guys looking forward to in 2024? And what did you guys enjoy from 2023? Adam.C Gilbert113 said Bad Batch S3, Tales of the Jedi Season 2, and the Dark Forces Remaster. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. And a lot of you guys said that, so I don't want to keep repeating, but a lot of you guys were like,
yeah.
A lot of you guys were here for Tales of the Jedi Season 2.
Heck yeah. Because again, it's the mystery box.
Hyrule Sith, we were just talking about you, said, seeing Hayden and Ahsoka made me feel like a young man again. I want more, and I know I shouldn't. Dude, yeah, more Hayden, please. I'd like to see him kind of be a mainstay in the Mandoverse. How cool would that be?
How insane would that be, though?
Yeah.
You got to use him like he's a main attraction, or he's a special attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I can't really be a main character, you don't think?
No, he's kind of dead. He's kind of like how we are.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Well, that doesn't mean he can't be a main character.
I guess.
Look at us. We're kind of the main character here of our own show.
It's true.
A-Up KB, Acolyte for sure. Hate seeing them Siths so bad, right?
Yeah.
I really hope we get some Sith.
I think so. I mean, what else could it be?
I know, but it's just, you gotta...
I know.
We
don't know. That's the whole thing. We don't have any idea.
2797 Studios also said Acolyte and Bad Batch Season 3, 100%. J Customs and Collectibles, not sure if it's in 2024 or not, but the Star Wars Eclipse teaser has me hyped. I don't think that's 2024, but dude, that's wild.
There's a lot going on in that.
Yeah, it's going to be an insane game.
It's reaching for the stars. There's your Dark Souls.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Star Wars game.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a behind-the-scenes sort of drama with that, where it was like, is it going to come out? Is it not?
Hey, it's Star Wars. Of course, there's behind-the-scenes drama.
It's always
That's just how it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeremy Bloor, Star Wars Outlaws. Not only does the gameplay look great, but the Empire looks terrifying. That is so true. It's going to be the first game where, like, it's not like Jedi Survivor, right? Like, we're just playing...
You're just a guy.
Yeah.
Or a gal.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a chick with a gun.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that'll mean the stormtroopers are a little bit more intimidating and can pack a little bit more of a punch.
I mean,
that'll be fun.
Kind of like that, you can't just tank tank stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to affect the gameplay.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really neat. Michael_Kramer98, looking forward to Acolyte and also Star Wars Outlaws. That great game is going to bring so much fun. Daniel_Neko, Tales of the Jedi, hoping to see General Baylan Skoll during the Clone Wars. We'll see. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
We'll see. Palasek, hope I said that right. Bad Batch and Tales of the Jedi for 2024. Awesome characters, eras, and stories explored. They also said Jedi Survivor, loved character development, High Republic elements, and gameplay. Yes, that's something I didn't mention. The High Republic stuff was really cool in that game.
Yeah.
Dagan Gera, the Jedi with the one arm. Pretty cool. And just seeing that iconography in like a visual medium, I dug it.
Rather than just a book.
Yeah, right. It was, and I know that they've kind of, as part of the High Republic initiative, did a lot of concept art of a lot of that. So it was cool to see that carried over.
Yeah.
I really liked that. Ripik_Tan said, still hyped on Ahsoka, really looking forward to the Acolyte, Andor S2, and Tales of the Jedi. I think Andor S2 won't be 2024. I think they delayed that.
Yeah.
So I know Seth's going to be waiting with bated breath until 2025.
Hey, I just want to see the little droid become
K2S. So.
Yeah. I'm here for that.
So that's going to wrap up our fan questions. Thank you guys so much for being here for 2024. It was an awesome year in 2023. Just starting the show, building the community.
I want to thank them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was going to say that, like, we wouldn't be here without Ahsoka or them.
That's
so
right.
like I had a good 2023 and I'm excited to have a good 2024.
Me too.
I don't know about you.
Oh, I am too. Yeah. You guys are awesome. I mean, seriously, the support we've received, it's been insane. Yes. You guys are awesome. Yes. The questions every week, the comments, so much
random messages that are just.
Yeah, I know. The random messages.
It's wild.
Keep them coming. We love it. We love to see it. We love building the community with you guys out beyond the Dune Sea. And next week, we're finally doing it. We're covering Rogue One. Rogue One retrospective. Were we wrong on our tier list?
Maybe
we've been told we are.
Maybe we are. I'm going to look at it with new eyes.
I am too. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Be a good time.
I'm ready to re-experience it.
Yeah.
So next week, be looking forward to Rogue One, a Star Wars story. We're going to dive deep. And then after that, a tier list. Not ready to reveal what that's going to be just yet.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, we'll see. We got a live stream in there somewhere. We'll keep you guys posted. Before then, though, we got to go get this fixed.
I know a guy.
You know a guy.
I know a guy.
The guy on Nar Shaddaa again with some garbage.
Hey.
Well, that's how we got in this mess.
Trust me.
I'm going to go see the Wills. You can figure out how you
When
want
have
to
I
do
ever
it.
when have I ever steered this wrong?
About an hour and a half ago.
Well, you knock that off. You knock that off.
Well, I'm going to go see the Wills. You guys have a good rest of your week.